Hey everyone, Brad Porter here with your weekly Sunday update. Hey, this week I'm going to cover a complicated topic. I'm going to cover the intersection between technology, government, defense, war. Obviously a timely topic right now. Whatever debates, discussions, negotiations were going on between Anthropic and the Department of War, that bled out into the public sphere this week with a lot of back and forth about how AI could be used. Ultimately, the government and the Department of War are saying they're going to rip out Anthropic, and OpenAI kind of swooping in. But anyhow, a lot of interesting drama in the AI space. And then whether adjacent, correlated, we don't really know. But obviously, Israel and the United States launched a massive intervention into Iran. Geopolitical destabilization in the middle. It's a complicated time in the world, right? And I can't really speak to those policy things, but I can, or those geopolitical topics. But I have some thoughts on technology and how we can or can't control how technology gets used, right? And so, I think we've all heard some variant of the story that Alfred Nobel, in the sense of kind of guilt in creating dynamite, created these prizes, and Nobel Peace Prize as a way maybe to repair for the what he thought maybe was a civilian. This story is not nearly so pure when you go back and do some of the history and research. Nobel's family was very successful, and one of the things they were successful at was building cannons and other things, right? Like before, Nobel went on to invent 3 different types of explosives and used in various different ways. Over 355 patents, like very, very prolific engineer, very successful family, obviously accumulated quite a bit of wealth, created these prizes. But his technology, I think he knew that this kind of technology would be used not just in mining and other activities. And so, and look, if we think about how much evil has been planned with a spreadsheet, it's very likely a lot of evil has been planned with a spreadsheet, right? We can't, my perspective is, as technologists, technology can serve us. It can be used to build railroads and excavate, mountainsides to build roads, or it can be used kinetically to blow things up and to blow people up, right? Spreadsheets can be used to create playlists and all kinds of, beautiful things, and it can also be used to plan destruction, right? And so at the same time, I feel for Anthropic CEO, right? When you build a company, you establish a set of values, right? And with those values, you attract investment dollars, you attract employees, you attract customers, right? And they're attracted to the culture and the values and the what you represent, right? And Anthropic has always tried to take a safe AI position, right? And to espouse those values. How well any of us live up to our values gets measured in time, in history, right? But when you bring on employees and you establish these sets of values, then you're kind of put in a public sphere where you have to defend them. It puts you in a really, really tricky spot. At the same time, the defense of the nation is incredibly critical and important as well. And we need the best technology to do that. So I can also understand the Department of War's perspective that, hey, we need the technology that we can use. The reality is, I think Dario said it well when he said, look, we need legislation, we need to help set the bounds of how technology can be used in a reasonable way, right? And I think as citizens, we should all be concerned about mass surveillance and autonomous judgment in AI systems that are conducting war or killing people, right? So super complicated issues. My perspective evolved over time is that the perception of what's good and evil is really in some extent the eye of the beholder, right? In the United States, we tend to, and every country tends to start from a position of some level of moral superiority and try to bring their citizens into their belief in their moral superiority, right? The Ayatollah did this as well. Obviously, two sides, multiple sides to kind of every issue. I think technology has a great power to do positive sum benefit in the world, right? But it is people. It is the people in power, the people we elect, people we sometimes don't elect, but the people who have power, who control how we use this technology and how it hopefully benefits society, right? And that's both empowering in that, hey, we know where the accountability should lie. It should lie in the people who are using this technology, and at the same time, all of us might have our own perspectives and opinions as to whether those folks are behaving in ways that are consistent with our values. But the technology is a foundational component, right? It is a piece that gets caught up in all of this. The reality is, in the defense of the nation, we need the best technology, right? And so I think what's going to happen here is that if Anthropic continues to develop the greatest AI on the planet, and there's a good argument that their AI is really at the top right now, the government is going to need that. We're going to need that capability in the defense of the nation. We're not going to want to use less capable AI. And so I suspect this negotiation moves from the public sphere back a little bit to the private sphere. Maybe things have cooled down a little bit, and there'll be some back and forth, and we'll figure out where everything lands.